Time now for your JCTV Daily News Update with the latest in news.
She said the virus moves in waves and expects another upward trend in the spring.
Covering your local weather.
The sun will come out a little on Sunday to warm up to about a high of 30.
And the latest in Jimmy athletics.
Looks pretty good. Farkas for three, right corner. Got it!
For your JCTV Daily News Update, here's Richard Schmit.
Good evening and welcome back to your JCTV Daily News Update. In campus news, students began requesting their room preference for next year's residence halls today. Juniors sign up tomorrow, sophomores sign up Thursday, and last-minute sign-ups are Friday on the on-campus's website's My JC section. First and second-year students are required to live on campus. Third and fourth-year students can move off campus with a scholarship reduction. Director of Residence Life, Lori Lissipad, said the Financial Aid Office can answer questions about scholarship reduction. She said housing assignments will be made based on seniority and date and time that Residence Life receives student applications. Students will receive email notification about their room beginning April 15th. In community news, it wasn't an April Fool's joke when Army Corps of Engineers officials left Jamestown last Thursday. The Jamestown flood threat has eased since the Corps halted construction of emergency levees 2 weeks ago, when water content in the snow upstream of the Jamestown and Pipestem reservoirs above the city was less than forecast. According to the Associated Press, Field Officer John Bartle says monitoring and maintenance of the dikes will be turned over to the city. City engineer Reed Schwarzkopf says officials are comfortable with the James River situation. He says it would take a significant rainfall to change things. The National Weather Service predicted a rain and snow mix for Jamestown last Friday, but it didn't quite make it here. Instead, heavy snow toppled thousands of power poles in the southwest and central part of the state, downing hundreds of miles of electrical lines and leaving thousands in the dark. Governor John Hoeven said today that he is considering seeking a federal disaster declaration to help communities recover. Hoeven said if damages surpass $1 million, the state would be eligible for a federal disaster declaration that would help communities, tribes, and rural electric cooperatives recover repair costs. President Barack Obama approved a disaster declaration after a late January ice storm that also caused major disruptions to the state's power infrastructure. Safety Director for the North Dakota Association of Rural Electric Cooperatives, Wally Kalmbach, said he thinks the Good Friday storm was worse because it took down a lot of transmission lines, which are higher voltage lines that distribute power. Kalmbach said he expects damage will easily top the $1 million mark. The National Weather Service hydrologist Alan Schlag said the fact that the moisture fell as snow and not as rain was beneficial in one aspect. It allowed for a slow melt that dampened flood fears. Well, speaking of weather, we saw partly cloudy skies today with a high around 54 degrees. There's a good chance it will freeze tonight and several nights to come, as our low will be around the 30-degree mark. Now let's take a look at our next few days. We're going to have partly cloudy skies the next 5 days with highs hovering around 60 degrees. Our next chance of precipitation will occur Sunday night when we could receive a rain and snow mix. In sporting news, the Jimmy baseball team won their home opener yesterday against Valley City State 7-1. The Jimmy offense connected with the ball 14 times. Jesse Ramirez hit his 8th home run of the season, and Tim Penner went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Eric Church, Keith Wobler, and Nick Meehan also had 2 hits apiece. The Jimmies are now 18-4 and host Minot State at Jack Brown Stadium Wednesday at 2 p.m. in a pair of non-Dakota Athletic Conference games. The softball team's first Dakota Athletic Conference games, scheduled for last weekend in Black Hills, were postponed. The Jimmies are 14-6 on the season and host Valley City State this afternoon. We'll have scores for you tomorrow. The men's and women's track teams competed at the Northern Invitational in Aberdeen, South Dakota over the weekend. Coach Jim Clark said everyone did a nice job of competing in less than ideal conditions. Sarah Skipper and Katie Conlin earned berths at the National Outdoor Meet at the end of the May. Skipper won the 400 hurdles and placed second in the 100-meter hurdles and long jump. Conlin won the 3,300, however they say it in track, steeplechase in her first try at the race. She broke Emmeline Bentley's Jamestown school record and is currently ranked second in the NAIA National Performance List in the steeplechase. Conlon also won the 800-meter run. Maddie Hornung, Annalise Afath, and Marissa Curry earned second-place finishes. The men's team had one first-place finisher in pole vaulter Andrew Stone. Brent Jansen, Robert Nelson, and Lyndon Schmit had second-place finishes. The 4x10 100 relay team placed third, and Jay Bachman placed fourth in the javelin. Well, thanks for tuning in to your daily news update. I'm Richard Schmit, connecting the campus with the community. Enjoy yourself, Jamestown.